shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, and you shall despoil Mizraim. And Moshe answered and said, But behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken to my voice, for they will say, The Lord has not appeared to thee. And the Lord said to him, What is that in thy hand? And he said, A rod. And he said, Cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it turned into a snake. And Moshe fled from it. And the Lord said to Moshe, Put out thy hand and take it by its tail. And he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to thee. And the Lord and said furthermore to him, Put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and he took it out. Behold, his hand was diseased, as white as snow. And he said, Put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again. And when he took it out of his bosom, behold, it was turned again as the other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, nor hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe even these two signs, nor hearken to thy voice, and thou shalt take of the water of the river, and pour it upon the dry land, and the water which thou dost take out of the river shall become blood on the sky land. And Moshe said to the Lord, O my Lord, I am not an eloquent man, neither yesterday nor the day before, nor since thou hast spoken to thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. And the Lord said to him, Who has made a man's mouth? Who makes a man dumb, or deaf, or sing, or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of the Lord burned against Moshe. And he said, Is not Aharon the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well, and also, behold, he comes to meet thee, and when he sees thee, he will be glad in his heart, and thou shalt speak to him, and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what you shall do, and he shall be thy spokesman to the people, and he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of a God. And thou shalt take this rod in thy hand, with which thou shalt do the signs. And Moshe went and returned to Yether, his father-in-law, and said to him, Let me go, I pray thee, and return to my brethren who are in Mizraim, to see whether they are still alive. And Yitro said to Moshe, Go in peace. And the Lord said to Moshe in Midian, Go return to Mizraim, for all the men are dead who sought thy life. And Moshe took his wife and his sons, and set them upon an ass, and returned into the land of Mizraim. And Moshe took the rod of God in his hand. And the Lord said to Moshe, When thou goest to return to Mizraim, see that thou do before Pharaoh all these wonders which I have put in thy hand, that I will harden his heart, that he